Hello, my Mega Meat friends. I am Susan with Claire Scraps. Along with my husband, we are the owners and manufacturers of Claire Scraps. And I have some fun things that I'm going to show you today that we have. We're going to make this fun little angel here, show you how to do this along with doing it with napkins. It's so easy, you guys, to work with wood and napkins. All you need is just a little bit of Mod Podge. And so I'm going to show you how to create that. We have lots of new stuff to share with you. I don't know if you guys have seen any of our new stuff, but we have our great new gnomes. Look at how these wonderful gnomes here. This one right here is, he's just fantastic. He's holding a little tree there. Here's another one. All of our gnomes too. Well, if I can back up and show that to you. We also have these great little add-ons, so you can add on these different shapes if you want to. They come separate right here, and these great little add-ons for your gnomes. There'll also be spring and summer type shapes too that you can add, so you can rotate your gnome there to match the season that you are in. They also come in medium size gnomes as well, besides the great big giant ones here. That's right, there's a little medium guy. We have 3 different ones for them. Look at this little girl. Isn't she fun? Also, if you join our Facebook group, if you'll come over to clairescraps.com, follow us on Facebook, and then come join our Creative Claire Scraps group. We have just a lot of different inspiration that you can follow along in there as well. Let's see, what else do we have new for you guys? So not only do we have the gnomes, but we also have our 3D trees, which these are fantastic too. They, you know what, they are just great for working with the holiday season, because when you are done with them, you actually can take these. Well, let me see if I can figure out which way it goes. You can take these apart and then store them after you're all done. So they don't stay in the 3D form, which is fantastic to be able to store these. These come in chipboard and acrylic, and we also have them now in a giant wood one as well. Look at how big this guy is. Isn't he fun too? These are all ready, so they're all ready to ship, so you'll definitely have them in time before the holidays to get those done. Some other great ideas, you guys. How about, if you haven't done your Christmas cards already, what about making some acrylic Christmas cards? Aren't those fun? And those are just done with our sheets here, and super easy to do. Again, if you come over to the to our Claire Scraps creative group, or even follow us on our blog, there's lots of tips and techniques how to work with acrylic in making your own Christmas cards. I'm also going to show you how to, like I said, how to work with napkins, and we just have a lot of fun projects that we're going to do. But today, let's play with our little angel here, and I'll show you how easy that is to do. And then we'll meet back over here on the wall, and I'm going to share with you guys all of the great specials that we have going on this weekend. All right, my craft friends, I have my angel here in front of me. I'm going to show you how easy this is to put together. A couple of things that you may want to grab. I'm going to be working with Mod Podge, the matte finish. I'm going to be working with Inka Gold. I'm going to be working with a little bit of Distress ink. I also like to have a chip brush, but really, if you don't have the Inka Gold, that's okay. Use acrylic paint, or you can use some gold ink. Really, really, the sky's the limit with that. But let's go ahead and get started. One of the things that I want to point out to you guys is that I'm using a napkin here. I just bought my napkins on Amazon. You can get just some amazing different ones with lots of different floral patterns on it. But it's really important that you understand that the napkin has different plies to it, and you're going to want to separate this. This is probably the hardest thing about this entire project, is separating these napkins. Now, I've already done this one. This one was a 2-ply, but sometimes they come in 3-ply, and you're going to want to separate your napkin down to just the 1-ply here. The next thing I'm going to have you guys do is on the palette here, the Angel palette here, is I think it's too big to work with this great big piece here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take and cut down my napkin here into 3 different strips to do the angel here in 3 different sections here. So go ahead and take a moment after you've separated the plies on the napkin to go ahead and cut down 3 different strips for the napkin. I don't want it exact. I kind of want it to hang over, so I don't want it exact, but go ahead and cut those down. So I have my napkin cut down into 3 different sections, as you can see here. And what I'm going to do is I've already poured some Mod Podge into a little cup here. And I'm just going to take a makeup sponge. You could take a makeup sponge. You can take a sponge brush, really, or a paintbrush. It really doesn't matter. And I'm going to do this 1 section at a time. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get this pretty moist and wet. Okay. I'm just spreading that Mod Podge around. Kind of goes on like milk, actually. And I just want to get a nice, good coverage of this. And then I'm going to lay my napkin down where I want it. Let's see here. Now, for some of you, I know that you guys are music. You have knowledge in music, and so you may want to pay attention to if your music notes are facing the right way. To be honest, I don't know how to read music, so I couldn't tell you if this is right or wrong. This would probably drive Jim nuts if it was wrong, but I like the way it looks. Anyways, now that I've got this down, I'm going to take a chip brush here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pounce on this until I kind of get all of the bubbles out of this piece of napkin here, and then it's nice and adhered to the wood. And you just kind of pounce this around. I actually learned this technique from Tracy Pound with the Little Blue House outside of Dallas, Texas. And so she's just an amazing artist. So I definitely want to give her a shout out. So all I'm doing is I'm just pressing this down. If you feel like it's not sticking real well, just take a little bit of your Mod Podge and kind of go over the top of it. Okay, just kind of go over the top of it and then press it back down again. Now you're going to do this to all 3 pieces. And it just kind of takes out the air bubbles out of this. And as you can tell, I'm overlapping. I'm not worried. Oops, I'm not. Oh, geez. I'm not worrying about the sides here. And, oh, it's a good thing I have a napkin. You guys will love that, right? I'm not worrying about the sides here. And what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you go ahead and do the next 2 sections with your napkin. I'm going to clean up my mess here, but go ahead and get the next 2 sections down with the napkin and onto the wood. And then, like I said, make sure you leave the edges off here. And every once in a while, you will notice that maybe you need to come back and put just a little bit more underneath there. I'm going to go ahead and press that back down. There we go. All right, my crafters. So go ahead and get the next 2 sections done here, and we'll go on to the next technique. All right, you guys, I have the napkin all down, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my sanding stick here and sand off the excess. Now, if you don't have a sanding stick, you can also use a little piece of sanding paper, or you can just kind of rip it off as you want. But I love how the clean edge gets with the sanding stick here. If you haven't seen these before, these are on our website. We have a great bundle on them. You can take and press them down. You can move them around, so you use the whole part of the sanding stick. But I'm going to take this now and go completely around all of my edges and just kind of get that really nice smooth effect off of it. As you can see, it just does such a great job of just taking off any excess paper. These work great on all of your paper needs. You can use these on your regular 12 by 12s. Great if you're doing chipboard albums, you name it, they work great. And so I'm going to take this, I'm going to sand all the way around, get off the excess off of my angel here. And why don't you do the same? And then we'll talk about the next step. Okay, I've got my angel all sanded down, but there was a part of this I wanted to share with you guys. When I was sanding, because it may happen to you, you may rip the paper around the edge. You know what, my craft friends, that's okay. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of my Mod Podge again and just kind of re-wet that area where it is ripped, and then just take my chip brush here and just kind of press it back down. It is okay if that happens. No big deal at all, but that may happen to you guys. It happened to me, and I just kind of wanted you to know how to deal with that. So then next, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you grab that embossing piece of paper that was in the kits here. And this is just a piece of cardstock that I embossed. I'm going to lay it underneath her head. I'm going to trace this and then cut it out. Okay, so go ahead and trace it and cut it out. I've already done a step out of it right here. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this and I'm going to glue it right here on her head. Now, pay attention to the emboss part, because you'll want to make sure that you are using the raised part of this, that this is up. And all I'm going to do, my craft friends, is I'm going to take a little bit of adhesive here. I personally like to use a solvent-based adhesive. I think it's stronger than water-based, but you are working with wood, so the nice part about that is a porous surface, and so most everything will adhere to it. And so I'm just going to lay this down. If it's not perfectly on there, it's okay. You can go ahead and take your sanding tool and sand off any excess that you might have. Looks like I need to put just a little bit more underneath here. Put just a little bit more underneath here. Oops, it doesn't want to come out. And put that down. All right, so then next what you're going to want to grab is you're going to want to grab your medium, whatever that may be. Again, I am going to use Inka Gold. I'm going to use Inka Gold and a blending tool here. You could use acrylic paint, gold acrylic paint. You could use, I don't know, there's all kinds of different things that you could use. You could use inks. If you didn't want gold, you could just use Distress ink if you wanted to. That's all good stuff. And so I'm going to get this started, and we'll start putting some medium on. I have already dipped into my Inka Gold here. I like to kind of rub it off onto a piece of paper before I get started. But you know, my craft friends, this is really easy. You're just going to start rubbing over the top. I like to start with the face first, and then I'm going to rub along all of the panels here, kind of give it that gold texture to it. I love Inka Gold because of the shimmer that's behind it. The other thing that's beautiful about Inka Gold is that you can also turn these into great watercolors and stamp with them as well. So as you can see, I'm just going around the outer edge first here with my angel. Very simple, very easy. Don't forget to go in between the palettes here. Get her wings, get a little bit more on there. Okay. A little bit more. Make sure I'm going along the palette edges. And then I personally like to just kind of run it over the front of her. Just a little bit there. Just to kind of give her a little bit of shimmer all over. Add a little bit more to the top of her head. Now, this is another tip that I like to do, is after I'm done putting the gold all on it, I like to go back and add a little bit of my distressing ink to it. So let me switch out my pad here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, I have switched out my pads and I'm using some distress ink. This is Vintage Photo. And all I'm gonna do, my craft friends, is I'm just gonna add just a little bit more depth to her, just by two-toning her face a little bit. Okay. Oh yeah, I love how that's coming out. And then I'm just going to soften it up a little bit with a little bit of inking all the way around. Okay. Super easy. You know, you can use this napkin technique on any wood products. That's what's fantastic about it. So I'm just kind of softening her up a little bit. All right. Oop. You can see where the napkin kind of there is coming up. That's okay. We're just going to Mod Podge that back down. Just wasn't quite dry when I started working on it. Okay. All right. So next is to start decorating with the lace, and we are almost done. So one of the things that you might want to do is go ahead and heat up a hot glue gun while we are doing the lace and stuff here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm just going to wrap this around her neck. This is the thin white ribbon. Just going to take this and wrap this around her neck and just tie it into a knot. And what that does, let me show you after I get her flipped over here. What that does is it also gives me a hook there on the back if I want to hang her from there. I'm also going to take and probably about, I'm going to cut about that much off because I'm going to use this to tie my bow here. So my craft friends, I am horrible at tying bows. I know some of you guys are amazing at it, but I am not so good at it. So I always try and take the easiest way that I can to tie a bow. And so I'm just going to take all of my lace here and gather it up and just kind of make a crisscross or a horseshoe shape with this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my pieces here and bunch them right here in the middle. Did you see how I did that? So it's kind of like a fake bow. Kind of like a fake bow. You just kind of get it the way you want it. Now this little extra piece that I cut, I'm going to take and tie this into a knot here in the front of it. Again, some of you guys are amazing at tying bows. I just am not one of them, but I can cheat tying a bow. Again, go ahead and get your hot glue gun heated up because we are almost done here. And so once you kind of get the bow the way that you want it, I just kind of mess with it a little bit, kind of pull these guys in. Just kind of fussing with this just a little bit. You know, you just kind of keep playing with it until you kind of get it right where you want it. There we go. So then next what I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue gun this right here onto her neck. Make this a little bit smaller. And again, I like love all the different textures of ribbon. I have both white and cream here. And I'm just going to glue that down. Yep, right there. Sorry, stick my arm in front of there. Now I'm just taking my hot glue gun and just giving it some glue. Holding that down. Right, just kind of holding that down for just a few moments, and you can just kind of play with it till you kind of get it the way that you want. Then I'm going to just add my bells to it. You should have 3 bells in there. Getting glue everywhere. One more here. I don't know about you guys, but I always burn myself with glue guns. Just kind of holding it there for just a moment. And that, my friends, is your angel. Now I'll come back and kind of clean her up and kind of mess with the bows a little bit. Kind of get her the way that I want want her to be. But that is your angel wood palette. Here's one that's completely done. And let me meet you back over here on the wall, and I will share with you guys some lots of different specials that we have going on with our angels. All right, you guys, did you have fun making that fun palette with napkins and Mod Podge and Inka Gold? And so remember, we have lots of palettes, different shapes and different sizes over on our website. We have the medium one, which this angel is right here. We also have the large ones, which I've got here. They're over there in the website as well. And we also even have some kits over there too, especially of the snowman that you might want to take advantage of. But we also have the minis as well. And so we have a great special on these minis. They come in lots of other shapes to choose from. Look, I just used the leftover of those napkins with that one. So they come in lots of other shapes to choose from. And we have a bundle put together where you can get 6 of these, 6 different shapes. The normal retail value on this would be $24, but they're on sale on the website for $19.99. Plus I have a coupon for you guys. Also too, let's say you didn't want these 6 different shapes. Let's say you just wanted 6 of all of the same type of shape. You know what, my craft friends, that's no problem. We have no problem customizing that for you. Just let us know when you check out. There's an area to put notes there. Just say, you know, I'd rather have 6 of the angel palettes in my bundle. So those, we've got that great bundle there, $19.99, normally $24. We also have a great bundle put together on our shakers. We did that one last month or the month before. And we put together a bundle where you'll get 6 shakers as well, and for $19.99. Again, if you decide you just want all 6 to be the gnomes, no problem. Just let us know. But this is going to be a great bundle too on the website on sale for $19.99. And you know what? There's so many different things that you can do with the shakers, my craft friends. This one right here is one of my favorite ideas, where you actually take one of the shakers, turn it into a napkin ring, and all I did was I just put hot glue gunned a little piece of elastic there on the back. Then after they're done eating, you can take and just put a magnet on the back of this, and they can turn this into a Christmas ornament. So wouldn't that be great gifts to use? And those are the shakers. Look at how fun this one is. See that little guy right there? That's my grandson. I love to show him off when I can, which I'm sure many of you guys like to do the same. So again, we've got that shaker bundle. We also have put our cell phone bundle back on sale. That one was really very, very popular. And these make great, great gifts, my craft friends. So just like I did with the angel with the napkin, you know what? I did the same thing. This is napkin on here on the wood cell phone stands. And so we've put where you can get 4 cell phone stands, normally $34 for $29.99. So you can get a bundle of 4 of them. And these make great gifts, you guys. The beauty behind the wood is that you can actually take the wood one and make it, how about make it reversible? Isn't that great? And so these make fantastic gifts. If you're looking for some gift ideas, this is a great, fantastic gift. And so we had that cell phone bundle put with that. The other great gift ideas are definitely these little desktop frames, you know, because you can take these apart, decorate them, put in an envelope, and it won't cost you a fortune to mail. And so these are fun too. Like I said previously, come join our Facebook group. Follow us on Facebook and join our group. I even have that one as a class in there that shows you how to do it step by step. So another fun item that I have put on sale, you guys. How about the Inka Gold? Aren't those colors amazing? Don't you love those? Normally these are $8 a jar, and I have them on sale over on the website. Now, limited supply. I don't have a lot of them, but limited supply. So first come, first serve. We have them on sale for $6.50 a jar. Plus, you can also use that coupon code. I think I have like 30 30 plus colors over there. Inka Gold is fantastic to work with. You guys, there's so many videos and tutorials on how to work with it, but it works just fabulous on all kinds of products. So you can even do that on the 3D trees or any chipboard, wood, turn them into watercolors, stamp with them. They are just fantastic to work with. One of my favorite products. But I guess the last couple things that I have to share with you is the coupon code that we have going on, where the coupon code, oh, it's probably backwards for you guys, but you'll get 15% off of your entire order when you use Mega Nov, so MEGANNOV 15, plus free shipping on all orders over $75. And I'll also post that in the comments too, so that you guys have this coupon code. My friends, crafter friends, thank you so much for all your support over this last year. I'm looking forward to 2021. Happy holidays to you guys. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Can't wait for 2021. And blessings to each one of you guys. Thank you.